Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. And for those who celebrate Passover, happy Passover. And yeah, today actually I want to talk about procrastination. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because I think we all tend to do this at times, sometimes more, sometimes less, and some people more than others. And I think at the beginning of this stay home and figure out stuff at home and don't do any outside activities, people started to do things that they actually never wanted to do or procrastinated on, or felt like it wasn't really necessary to spend that time on this, like cleaning, like putting stuff away, organizing, and clearing out a section in their house or apartment, or do any art projects that they always want to do, or bake something that they've never done before. And so what leads me to talk about this today is because now that slowly we're getting used to this new routine, I feel like we're more likely to get back into our habits of procrastination. And so, why do we procrastinate? And so, I've been observing many people in the past about why they procrastinate or when did they procrastinate. And there is also tons of research done, and it's not necessarily that it's laziness. There is actually no such thing like laziness, because what happens is that there are other things underlying um, feelings, that not necessarily feelings, but like calculations that are going on why we don't do certain things. Let's say one of the things that I notice is, for instance, like cleaning up or like doing things on a regular basis. One, it requires time or consistency. So a lot of us have issues with being consistent with something because it gets boring, and then we feel like, oh, there's no need to do this now. So then we try to do it another time, but then it gets too much, and then it's more than just a minute here and there, then it becomes 15 minutes, and then that's how we end up not doing anything, because we accumulate a few minutes to become hours, and then there is no point, but there is less drive to actually do it unless there is a reason for it. And so the other thing I noticed is, either you want to make it perfect, so it requires you to put a lot of energy into something and ensuring that the outcome, once you're done with it, will be as you thought it would be. So we're talking about expectations here. And so in a way, it's our own mind playing a game with ourselves, because we know what we're supposed to do, but we find many different excuses or reasons to not do those things. And I think there is a lot to say about how we deal with procrastination. And I mean, this is also a call to you to observe your type of procrastination. I mean, it probably all depends on what task are we talking about, what activity are we talking about, what type of procrastination it will then be. And so it really is up depending on how we determine a delay on doing some particular activity. And so if you start observing, you might notice different tendencies you have and different reasons and excuses, maybe, why you don't do it immediately. And the funny thing about procrastination is, or rather not doing them immediately, if we really would just spend that minute, that 30 second to do something, then it will be done much quicker. And it's one thing to let go of expectations by saying like, well, at least I did a second of this, or at least I thought about it, or at least I put it in a way, I organized it in a way that it's okay. So today will be the focus on procrastination, but more of a call to observing your own procrastination, if you do them, if you have them. and how they are played out in your head and why you don't do certain things. And maybe you'll start picking up something sooner than later, or find a way to make it accomplished already by thinking about it. So if you need any examples or how to not procrastinate, shoot me a message. Bye.